Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is That Side Character, Chapter 51, and this one is titled Poodle. Poor Kenma lost his balance and fell onto you while you giggled away.
Ian?
He asked as you wrapped your legs around his waist and held him fast. Mine, you said exuberantly. His hands were either side of your head, caging you to the bed, against his will, since you had locked his hips down and he couldn't pull back. Kiss me again, you said with a smile and another tug on his shirt, encouraging him to do it. He leaned down and kissed you, letting his elbows fall down to the bed so that he was now planking over you. Your tongues touched mid-kiss again, and you took the lead, kissing him deeper. You were getting good at kissing now, and you loved how his mouth felt against yours. That following week was spent mostly at Kenma's house, after school, every day. Kenma the cat was fitting in well as well, and seemed to really like Kenma, his owner.
Gin, are you coming?
Kenma asked as he entered into the classroom after school had finished. Yeah, in a bit. You walked over to the open window and held 2 chalkboard dusters out over the sill and clapped them together, watching the plumes of chalk dust floating off on the breeze. Hey, do you think I could clap enough dust out of these things to make enough mist to cover the school? You looked at him with the most excited look on your face, but your excitement was met with his deadpan expression.
No,
he said bluntly. Ah, you moaned sadly. I thought that maybe I could cause such a large cloud of chalk dust to grow that the school would have to close for tomorrow and then I could stay at yours for the day.
When will you be done with the chores?
Kenma asked, blatantly ignoring your comment. Like 5 minutes, if I rush.
I forgot to feed Kenma before I left this morning,
Kenma said. You screamed. Go home and feed him. I'll come over when I finish, okay?
Okay, if that's okay,
he asked. Yes, of course it's okay. Kenma's dying, and you're standing here talking calmly and asking if it's okay if...
He has the chew toy with the dry food in it that we bought on the weekend,
Kenma interjected, seeing that you were getting more and more worked up the further you were getting into your ramble. Oh, so he has a little bit of food then, you said with a relieved sigh.
Yes.
But still, you need to go and feed him, you exclaimed, putting the dusters down on the windowsill and turning to grab Kenma by the shoulders. You spun him around smartly and put your hands between his shoulder blades to push him out the door. I'll be over once I've finished, you promised, pushing him out of the classroom.
Okay,
he said softly, allowing you to remove him from the room and out into the hallway. With a quick wave goodbye, you went back to doing the chores and he slowly walked home. While he walked, he was reminiscing on different things that he had done with you, when suddenly he realised he hadn't even taken you on a date yet.
Oh, that's one thing that I need to do. But what would you want to do with me? Was the game convention a date? But we weren't going out then.
He scrunched his nose up and thought hard about what you'd like to do.
It needs to be something really random,
he thought.
I know. First thing that Yin says when she comes into my room this afternoon is what I'll base the date on.
Happy with that, he made his way home and was greeted by a very chatty Kenma kitty who was winding around his legs, purring and meowing for food.
Are you hungry?
Kenma asked the cat softly, gently stepping over him to make his way to the kitchen. The cat meowed some more and trotted beside the quiet gamer, eager for something other than the dry food that he'd eaten all day.
Okay, I'll get you some food,
Kenma said, crouching down to pull the cat food tins out of the bottom of the cupboard. You finished up as quickly as you could and tossed the last few chairs on top of the closest desks and then locked the classroom door and ran to the staff room to return the keys. I'm done, you announced loudly as you raced into the room. Here are the keys. My husband's waiting with my cat. And with that, you raced back out again, leaving some very confused teachers in your wake. Oh, she's always like that, your teacher sighed with slight annoyance, giving the other teachers an apologetic look. You ran back to your locker and grabbed your bag, and then raced across the oval to the back fence and carefully jumped it. As you ran, you looked up into the sky and smiled at the clouds as they rolled by. They were extra fluffy today and reminded you of blow-up balloon animals. Poodle! You yelled with glee as you finally decided on what the clouds were like. You ran off along the other side of the fence that you'd just jumped, and then ran up onto the front steps of Kenma's porch. I think you all have an idea of what the date is going to be. Stay tuned for Chapter 52. I'll see you then.